Well, after a year, they just opened the door, and they came all wrapped up, and you could only see their eyes, and they let me out, and I went home.
What did they tell you why they were letting you out?
They didn't say a word to me, and I have a little joke here I can tell.
Yeah, heck on.
So I come home, and I was early. Murray wasn't expecting me.
Yep.
And so I came in, and the door was open. I came in, there was a rough-looking fellow laying on the couch about half naked.
Yeah.
And look him over. And I went on back to the back room, and there she was. And well, how'd you get here? And I said, who's that fella right there? She said, well, Roger, you left here, and we didn't have any money for rent. We didn't have no money for groceries, and he's looked after us all these years.
Yeah.
And I said, give me a blanket. Let's cover him up. He might catch a cold.
Jesus Christ.
That's a big lie.
Well,
the truth was I came home.
good.
And Murray was there. And like she said, we were nervous.
Oh, I
After
remember
20 years,
this.
19 years.
Do you know what this is? This is full
Hadn't
circle.
touched each other in all these years. And, of course, we had an embrace, but strange. It was strange. I mean, to touch somebody was strange. And I went into the bathroom and took those prison clothes off and put them in the trash. And I got in that shower, and I showered and shaved and showered again. And went into, she had a small condominium now. Our house is gone. And in the closet, all my clothes from 40 years ago was hanging, everything starched and ironed and
Really?
just there. And there's my shoes, and she'd polished them to shining.
Oh,
And I put those
man.
clothes on, and they just felt so good. I felt like I had silk underwear on. And put them on, and I just smiled. And I put the shoes on and tied them, and I took a step, and the shoes came apart, and I left the soles on the floor. And I just laughed. Rip Van Winkle had woke up from the dead. So I went in there, sat at the table, and I just cried. I couldn't stop crying. I didn't want to cry. I wasn't sad. But she wanted to show me pictures, and I just couldn't. I would just choke. There she was when she's 40. There she was 50. There's 60. There's 70. And I wasn't there. I was in and out of prisons and all that. Pictures of the children. The old oak table was the same that I'd cleaned and varnished and stripped 60 years ago. The chairs were the same. The placemats were the same dishes, the same silverware. The paintings on the wall were the same thing from her mother and father and all that. I just couldn't quit crying.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I just tears coming. I thought, what in the world? I'm not a pussy. Just wake up here.
Yeah.
It took me about 3 days before I like her. I just said, all right, man up. You got to do this. And
Do you know, it's so funny that you say that, and this is why I think you and your wife have so much in common. What you just said, I don't know if you noticed, but you know, where you said, okay, it's time to man up and do this. It's the exact same thing as what she said when you went away in America.
yeah,
3 days of crying. She said, I've just got to pull up my bootstraps and get on with it. And then you come full circle, you come home, you go through the same emotions, and then you just say, I've just got to pull myself back up and get on with it. And man, look at you now. You guys are traveling all around the country, loving life. You got grandchildren. Like, you know, I'm sure that you were sitting in there with that life sentence at some point, thinking, you know, that was never going to happen ever. You know, you would never get to see them, touch them. You probably thought you were going to die there.
most likely I would have died there.
And now,
And I think that I would have. And through my 60s, I ran. I ran through the full 18 years, but I like to run, and I like to do chin-ups and push-ups.
Yeah.
And through my 60s, my heart would go into fibrillation, sometimes 300 times a minute. And I was trying to get parole, and I was going up there to see a doctor, and he said, no, it's just fibrillation. He said, act like you're picking up a stump real tight, and it'll pop out. So I did, and I ran through that heart problem that I had, and I came out of there 82 years old. I don't take any medicine, not sick, and never sick. So,
but if I was blind, I would think that you guys were like in your early 50s. To be honest, I'd be thinking I was talking to a bunch of young retirees. Like, I genuinely, you guys have got the best charisma and energy.